Johnny, first of all, thank you very much
Thanks,
for
Carlo.
this opportunity.
Moto.it, cerca, compra, vendi l'usato dei tuoi sogni su moto.it.
And I want to start as you start your video. Are you ready for this?
Yes, no, I'm ready. I'm not ready for what's going to happen next, but I'm ready for the moment to stop, you know?
Yeah.
And as a rider, you don't know, you always understand what's coming. Sometimes in the middle of the season, you're working for a new contract and now, when there's nothing coming, nothing exciting happening directly, I don't know. So for sure I can't stay home and
I don't think so.
be bored all my life. So I'm now in this next phase of life where I'm looking for a different challenge, and I wouldn't say it's exciting now, but I'm ready.
As usual, I prepare some question, but now I have another one. What you will do here, if you can tell me? You remain inside this paddock, or what is your schedule?
Honestly, after 2025?
Yeah.
I have zero idea.
Okay.
Zero
I
idea.
think maybe you have a contract with Yamaha as testimonial or something like this.
No. Do you know, there's some things on the table now. Some testing, maybe some wild card, maybe some endurance. Maybe
okay.
my manager is in Moto America. He's calling about more. Like, what do you like? But honestly, at the minute, I don't want to be busy. I know sometimes it's important not to know what you want to do, but what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And I don't want a busy schedule. I don't want the stress of putting 100% effort and not getting the results that I desire or that I've had in the past. So, for sure I want to be involved in motorsport because I love the sport. But I want to be more time at home with my family, with my kids, my wife, my dog. Just having.
I saw your new dog.
Yeah.
New. Now is 2 years?
No, one and a half.
Okay.
So I like the simple life, and without pressure, I'm sure I can enjoy it even more. So, who knows what's going to happen?
For sure, the family is the most important thing, you know better than me. And this is the question I prepare. What your wife and your son say when you say, okay, I will never race, never. I will stop to race in Superbike.
Do you know, my family, they love to go to Misano because we always have we always have a small holiday there in a small camping with a cabin.
Nice.
And this year we went to Misano, and already we were talking about retirement as a family. So they decided this might be the last time we come to Misano. We go and we stay in the same camping, the same restaurants. And
why not?
And was nice, you know. So they're happy, but also it's been a huge part of their life. It's been all their life because they were born inside my racing, and but there's more to life than motorsport. Now my kids are playing football. They're busy every weekend. My wife also is super busy, so I'm looking forward to be a little bit more present in their life, to be around and to not have the stress or the emotions of being a World Superbike rider.
Because when I say to my wife, okay, I will stop to work and I remain at home to be a journalist, and she say, oh, don't disturb me, I have some work to do in the so maybe your wife
I think
we say the same. You will not remain here too.
The idea of being at home is nice, but the reality is a different one. So let's see in the next months how she manage.
Okay, and this is I am telling you a lot of questions that I don't prepare, but anyway, it's like this. And your son, we never have another another Ria in the competition, because I think your son is more on the football.
Yeah, they're both in
not?
football, and they enjoy golf. The oldest one, he likes to ride his motocross bike, but not like me when I was a child. So I think it's safe to say that the next generation of Ray family is not going to be a motorcyclist, but I'm also very happy about this. He's less expensive, less injuries.
Lesson. Yeah.
And you know, it's a huge commitment to be there from, you know, mentality, body, financial. So you know, I'm happy to let them manage how they like.
In a normal world, when if you are the best, you win. Here, sometimes it's not like this.
You know, last week I went in Valencia to this Yamaha Blue Crew event.
Yeah,
it was
I
super
saw.
nice. And the Blue Crew riders, but we were in this Circuit Aspar in Valencia, and you can't imagine the amount of young riders, Moto3, national championship riders there with families, with practice bikes, mechanics, and they're burning fuel, burning tires, and just for practice. Can you imagine where is the money? Where is the money? You know, I was so fortunate in my generation to be in good teams and good opportunities, but if you can put a price to take one kid and put them in the World Championship, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of euros. So,
But you know, sometimes some young, the father or mother of a young rider, they say, "Oh, we have to pay, we have to pay." And sometimes I say, "Johnny, never pay to race." This means if you are really a champion, maybe I hope they can success also without money. But I don't know now if the situation is the same.
I'm sure it's different because everybody's doing it. But the problem I know, I mean, I've been on the best side of racing. I mean, I've done a great life from a monetary point of view, from salaries, bonuses, everything has been incredible. But this is not even 1% of motorcyclists arrive there. So you can imagine all this investment. It's strange, a different world, you know, from what I was used to. I was just so lucky and fortunate to have good people around in the beginning that believed in me, and if I did the season in BSB or World Championship and I did 5 more tests, that was enough. But I wasn't riding every day like these kids. It's a new generation.
Coming here, speaking about your wife, how important she was, of course, I can understand, but how much she influenced your career? I mean, your life, speaking about as a rider, of course.
Well, a lot, because she gave me a really good balance and she understood the world of racing. She didn't really super like racing,
here,
but she was working here some years, so she understood. So. But she was always very straight, you know. She wasn't my biggest fan. Never let me get caught up in the moment. But she was my biggest supporter in adversity. You know, if I had to overcome an injury and I had to be somewhere doing rehab all the week, you know, she completely understood life. And also, she's the best mother to my 2 boys. And I think when I stop and I look back in my career, maybe the most valuable and proud thing is that I was doing this journey but taking my kids. You know, in the younger years we just travelled as a family in the motorhome. I had my assistant Kev that drove the motorhome, and you know, every race weekend was like a holiday. And this was super nice to have this moment. For sure, in the future, my kids won't remember that, but it's something I'll remember and be very proud of.
Yeah. Also because every time I say when we talk about the children, that today they are here, and after you say you look around and they've grown up very, very fast. Okay. Anyway, speaking about your opponents, the other rider. The one you respect more, I mean, the one you say, okay, this is really
the most.
Not only a competitor, maybe is only someone who don't win the race, probably. I don't know. Someone you say, okay.
I mean,
This is a rider I respect.
I respect all, because to put the
of
helmet
course,
and go on the
of
grid,
course.
but respect the most is a good question. Different riders for different reasons. I respected Biaggi from
Yeah.
riding point of view. His riding style was perfect, so clean,
Yeah.
fluid. You know, I respect Chaz as a racer, as a rival, because was very tough for me. You know, it was like me versus Chaz, Ducati versus Kawasaki was a nice rivalry. And then with Toprak, I really respect his talent and you know, his ruthlessness, his determination. But yeah, I respect most riders in the paddock. You know, I don't like them all. You know,
Yeah.
I have the ones that
I don't ask you.
I'm good friends.
With the one you don't like, but it's not important.
I'm good friends with a lot of most riders, to be honest. But I respect everybody. Everybody that goes on the grid, they have this good strength, and yeah, I respect them.
The most difficult one.
Difficult from what?
Correct.
From
Competitor.
competitor.
Okay, more than one. You can say if you want.
But difficult from riding or?
Yeah. The competitor say, "Oh, this is one is difficult." Okay, Toprak, I think is one.
Toprak, for sure.
Probably yes.
Because you know, I was going to say, because it was my rookie season, so I was going to say Ben Spies. Also, because he was like elite mentality. He won in his rookie season, was impressive.
He arrived here. He don't know. You know nothing.
Doesn't know the
He
tracks.
knows nothing, and he won the champion.
Ben was impressive, but
Biaggi, you say? Probably.
Biaggi, I just admire his style. Obviously, his talent as well. But Toprak was the most difficult because in the last lap in any race, you don't understand
What he can.
where he's going to pass. You just understand he will pass. And
Yeah,
this
remember.
was difficult to fight with him when I was in the front and he was there. It was yeah, very, very difficult.
Speaking about the other riders, it's not in the question, but I remember it was so funny for me when you discussed with Tom Sykes at the beginning. You are so different, probably, that you cannot be friend, of course, but it's difficult for both of you, I think.
You know, Tom was. I like Tom.
You know, he's
I
a good
respect
guy.
Tom,
He's
you
a
know.
good guy.
But as a rider, I found Tom difficult because sometimes I knew exactly his rhythm, his understanding, and then you read what he says before the race, and he has a lot of confidence, and I'm thinking, really? And some things he would say about the bike, I didn't agree with some of his ways, his development, and was strange, but I always respected Tom. But he was strange. I can imagine it was difficult because I arrived in Kawasaki and
Yeah,
directly,
he was the number one, and when you arrive, you start to win. So it's
from the first
a
test,
difficult.
I was faster, and I can imagine how tough this was. So our relationship was always okay, but I would say normal, because some teammates are incredible. Like I really enjoyed being teammates with Alex, with Leon Haslam. Some teammates I didn't enjoy, but I mean Tom was just normal. He was, and he has a very special personality, a very eccentric personality. I always had more anxiety, and with my helmet off, I was more quiet. But Tom was more the extrovert. You know, in the paddock show, he was the guy that was loud, and I was more.
Yeah.
You know, with my leather suit and helmet, I felt like the superhero. But Tom always felt this bravado.
Every time.
And
everywhere.
but was a nice. Was a good guy. We were just very different.
And we say about your old team, Provec, what a fantastic team. I mean, I am here since 2008, as for you. And it's difficult to find such a team with such a rider and the bike. All together, I think was the most strong.
Yeah, no, for sure, because you can imagine to win a world title. Every year people win world titles, but to do year after year means no injuries, not many or zero technical problems, mechanical issues,
At the beginning,
mistakes.
the gear, you remember, but
Mistakes in the team. It's so difficult to find this, and they did. They have built a really good, not just team, because there's many years the bike wasn't the best one, but the team of people and the support and the effort is second to nobody. They lead the way and they put 100%. When the bike's not good enough, they go testing. When you don't have new parts to test, they go just for practicing, trying to find the rhythm. Game Roda and his team are, definitely one of the benchmarks. I was determined to win, but they were also almost more determined. So these last years have been more tough for the Provec crew, but they're a determined bunch.
because some friend of mine, some people ask, why stop with Kawasaki? And I repeat them what you told me some years ago, 2 years ago, when you say the story was finished.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
There is no one reason.
No, I mean, in the last year I loved the people, but was not competitive. I was a little bit dead, Every year was not promises, but they were going to make some improvements. But in the end, nothing really to step up. Then
They cannot build a new bike.
I was looking for a different experience, a new challenge, and of course with Yamaha I found the challenge, bigger challenge than I expected, but just working with new people was also nice, motivating, because I learned a lot about myself, a lot about the world, the bike, trying to improve, and it was as difficult as it's been a good experience, a life experience, so no regrets.
Yeah, one of the questions was, I don't know where it is, but the reason why, what happening with Yamaha? I mean, so why you have 2 years so difficult? Because, okay, I know the injury and everything, but what is missing, if something is missing with Yamaha?
Well, it's a few reasons, to be honest. I don't think the bike completely suited my style when I arrived. I tried to adjust, found that difficult. So when I tried to do how I ride the bike, it was so difficult to change the bike to give me this feeling and mostly it's from an electronic point of view. And the development on that side hasn't been so fast or following in the way that I wanted. So it's always hard to find the feeling on the limit. I've always enjoyed riding the bike, but when you're trying to find the last half second, it's so difficult when you don't have the trust. I never high-sided 1000cc superbike, and in the last 18 months...
With Honda sometimes.
With Honda, yeah. With Honda, yes.
In Misano, I remember one time.
But in the last...
in the last 6-7 years.
18 months,
more, yeah.
I've crashed 4 times, from a high side, losing the rear, and this starts, as strong as your mentality is, this starts to chip away, and of course Superbike now is so connected to production. We can't just magic a new engine or new components, but we could improve the electronics. But my frustration was the speed that we were improving wasn't enough to give me the feeling, and at the end there's so many talented riders in Superbike, even ones that aren't in the front, but if you don't have this feeling to find these last tenths, then you can't make the difference no matter how good you are.
And let me say, you are only unlucky because you crashed at the beginning in Australia. So after all the season, also this year, with your leg, so also you were also unlucky for sure. Not
Yeah,
only
it's-
I understand
I
everything,
don't. I
but
don't believe in luck, but I feel it's
yeah,
been. It's
me
been.
too. But
It's been a tough couple. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
Yeah.
And from some problems we had, or issues, or technicals, or when I'm having a good weekend, something stupid happens, or I make a mistake, or it's been tough. Not just for me, but also for Yamaha.
last year, you remember, it was a good period. I mean, you are increasing, and after you crash because of Bulega, it's not your mistake. Okay, this can happen, and you have a big injury to your
Yeah, my
hand.
thumb.
So I mean, you crash every time with Yamaha in the wrong moment,
Yeah.
not because of you, of course.
And in racing, to go to the top, you have to climb. You have to build the momentum. But every time you start to take some momentum,
yeah.
something happens.
Yeah.
So, but this is reality, and it's unfortunate, but it's the situation.
If you found a time machine, and you can go back, what would you change? What did you do differently? Sorry, a stupid question, but
No, not stupid. Nothing.
yeah,
Maybe I would have been more kind to myself in the beginning. These years with Honda, when I tried to win with
without a bike.
without compromise, I would say, "Hey, Cam, today's not the day. Finish fifth."
You were also young.
But I was maybe too much, and
The people remember a lot. Now that you say, okay, I stop, blah, 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 a lot of people say, wow, I remember when he was sometimes more than Kawasaki,
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
understand that you in that period, you was doing something more.
yeah. No, maybe I would have been more nice to myself then.
Okay. The other question, how do you remember your years in the Honda? Okay, if you can tell me something, except this, okay, what do you say now?
They built a good fund. It was an education, because I learned a lot about myself, how to set up a bike. Because that 10K team was good. A lot of good engineers, clever people, and I've been lucky to work with them because, okay, we didn't have the full package to fight for a world title, but maybe we did in 2009 and 2010 when Carlos Checa was there. The bike was very good, but I wasn't ready. I was a rookie. But in the later years was not the best, let's say, the most competitive. But I was ready for when I got a good bike like Kawasaki.
From when you stopped with with Honda until now, Honda won one race in Sepang with Nicky Hayden
In the wet.
in the end. So, I mean, and you won 15 races and 42 podiums. So,
It was good. And
very good
I-
with that bike.
And for example, if you had the chance to ride for the best bike in the world in this era, was always the Repsol Honda, and I got the chance. This relationship
Yeah, I remember.
gave me the chance to ride two races there. I got the chance to do Suzuka 8 Hours. I won 2012. Honda always treated me well from respect point of view, salary point of view. So I don't have regrets, but would have been nice at the end, a young rider, to go there with Honda and MotoGP and do a good year. But in the end, I moved to Kawasaki and won 6 world titles. So nice.
Another question is this: Johnny Ray and MotoGP. Do you regret not to racing in GP, or was there simply never the right opportunity?
No, there was never the right opportunity, to be honest. There was some conversations one time to go there with.
With Aprilia, you told me, no?
No, just conversations, but it was talking. Like every year, my manager speaking, understanding all the market. But there was one opportunity to go with Aspar Honda with the open bike. I think it was the year Nicky
Okay.
and Eugene Laverty were teammates.
Oh,
and this bike wasn't so competitive. So I think I did the right choice to stay in Superbike.
For sure. No, this is the problem with when someone say, the rider from Superbike, if they go in GP, they do nothing. You have to give a good bike, otherwise it's difficult. What do you think about the journey? Yamaha, I don't know which kind of bike he will race, I will use there, but what is your opinion about Toprak in GP?
Let's see. I hope he does a good job, because this reflects well on Superbike. But it's difficult. These GP riders are fast. The top guys are fast. So Toprak is super talented, the same or more than a lot of GP riders for sure. But
I think so.
But you need time. You need good testing, no injuries, confidence, good people to arrive there and do a good job. It's not just one thing, And all riders there are fast. All riders in Superbike are fast. But the difference is, you have a competitive bike, a good crew, you're fit, you have a mentality, so you need to have everything in place to do a good job. So I think if he can have a good off season, then for sure he can compete with some of the other Yamaha riders, and then let's see how the season goes.
Before your decision to quit, you told us you talked with some team, Barney or some other, I don't know. This means in case you find a good bike, you will not stop.
Well, if not a good bike, I was looking for
competitive bike.
I was looking for opportunities that I believed that I could be competitive, and in the end, I didn't feel. Also, you have to feel. I mean, when we talk about the situation of game and the level, the team, the testing, the technical support, this is the level. And here in Yamaha, at the official team, is their level, So I didn't want to turn up in this paddock just to have one more year in my career to see if I could be competitive. I wanted to find a project that was as competitive and puts as much effort that I put. And in the end, nothing was happening fast, and I wasn't super excited with anything, and that's not fair to me, and it's not fair also to another team. So, very content with my decision.
But this don't mean you are still a rider.
Yeah.
When I say rider, I say someone who want to win, not only, as you say, to participate. Okay, so in case you find, if tomorrow someone say, okay, this is an official bike, are you ready? I mean, are you still
in World Superbike?
Yeah.
No, my story's finished, and I'm so happy with that. Because Carlo, I'm 38. I'm not. I said before, it's not like I'm in Peter Pan, and I feel my time, and I'm really happy. But what happens if I do one more season or try one more? I don't have the energy to suffer like I've suffered these last 18 months, and when you've experienced my experience before, it's not right. So it doesn't matter any promises or any opportunities. I was ready.
So you don't know what you will do after 20 October until now?
Right now, I know. I mean, I have some opportunities, and when I did the announcement.
What you would like to do? I mean, it's not because in the past I think you can be a good coach for a rider. Yeah, there is something, of course, you can.
What
do
I want, I don't know.
Paddock.
I don't know exactly. I like to be competitive. So if I find nothing, I don't know. Maybe I do some motocross racing in home, to get this adrenaline, this feeling, no pressure. Maybe I'll do, I've done some bicycle races.
Wow, yeah.
Some things for fun. But right now, I think would be also a shame. I don't For example, I watch some riders retire. Like when I see Carl Fogarty retired, he hated motorcycles. He was quiet for years. He vanished. Casey Stoner also, for some seasons, he was very quiet. I don't feel like this. I feel like I love racing, but I don't want to be super busy. This means for sure I won't follow a championship like World Superbike right now. Maybe in, I don't know, some years.
Yeah.
My kids grow up. I want to be involved, to be, I don't know, coach, team manager, kind of
But
using my experience to help younger riders. I don't know what I want, but I don't want to be busy. But let's see. For sure, there's some interesting options, let's say, to keep riding and using my experience. But I'm not exactly sure right now.
you need some time probably to stop,
Yeah.
rest, as you say, and after to see, okay, now I want to do this.
Yeah.
It's not automatic. I mean, it's something, you know. Okay. I have to write here, trying not to cry. I was fortunate enough to meet you and appreciate you not only as a rider, but also as a person. And I had the opportunity to appreciate your human qualities. This will not be our last interview. I will bother you again in the future to commentate maybe the Superbike.
For sure, Carlo.
Johnny, thank you for everything. Thanks also for
thank
this
you.
interview.
And when today's been a busy day, first race since the announcement, and there were many requests, and I was super happy to say that, for sure, I would have some time with Carlo because you've been very good to me in my career, so thank you.
And I already say to my friend, for example, Eddie, that this is one of the best moments in my
Good.
career,
Yeah.
I can say.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you very much.